Henry and Gordon were lonely when Thomas left the yard to run his branch line. They missed him very much. They had more work to do and had to fetch their own coaches. They didn't like that. James grumbled too. They all complained, but the coaches only laughed. They answered. Altogether, the engines were causing Sir Topham had a great deal of trouble. The big stations at both ends of the line each have a turntable. Sir Topham had made them so that the tender engines can be turned round, because it is dangerous for them to go fast backwards. Tank engines like Thomas don't need turntables. They could go just as well backwards as forwards. But to hear Gordon talk, you would have thought that Sir Topham had given him a tender just to show how important he was. Thomas chuckled and went off with Annie and Clarabelle. Gordon hissed as he ran backwards to the turntable. The turntable was in a windy place close to the sea, and if he was not on it just right, he put it out of balance and made it difficult to turn. Today, Gordon was in a bad temper, and the wind was blowing fiercely. His driver tried to make him stop in the right place, but Gordon wasn't trying. The fireman tried to turn the handle, but Gordon's weight and the strong wind prevented him. They said at last, "Called some boys." "Called Thomas?" Gordon said nothing. Even James laughed when he saw him. Hissed Gordon. Chuckled James. Thought James. He stopped on just the right place to balance the table. It could now swing easily. Gordon arrived in time to see everything. James turned much too easily. The wind puffed him round like a top. He couldn't stop, said Gordon. Poor James, feeling quite giddy, rolled off to the shed without a word. That night, the three engines had an indignation meeting, said Gordon. He whispered something to the others. The engines had decided to go on strike.